Bowls buddies, good morning and welcome to episode 2 of ACs Tuesday tutorial. It's an absolutely beautiful day down here at Gag Hills Bowling Club. The surface is immaculate and anyone who comes down here will not be disappointed, I promise you that. Last week we looked at how to reach on heavy greens, how to adapt your delivery and how to adapt your delivery for quicker greens as well. Today I want to look at something associated with that, but looking at very heavy greens, uncut greens, early season greens, flooded greens, and give you a few ideas about how to adapt your delivery to reach in those instances. And also I want to give you a little drill that will help improve the control over your delivery stride. I see a lot of beginners and good players alike really struggling to get that absolutely spot on every time. First of all, thanks for joining me today guys, it's really appreciated. If you enjoy these videos, hit the like button, every bit helps the channel. And if you're not already a bowls buddy and a member of this great community, please hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge. All you need is an email address or a Google account. And hit that notification bell for notifications of new content on the channel. So, last week I got a bit of a telling off Phil Worrell, the greenkeeper. I didn't use a mat. So today I've actually got 2 of them. Co-op Funeral Care, you'll remember those. So we'll be using those for the drill very shortly, but any deliveries I make today will be from the mat. I don't want to damage this lovely green. So last week we talked about heavy greens and how you would adapt your delivery for if you had a static delivery, i.e. one where you get down and then send, or an athletic delivery where you're standing upright and you want to send the ball out like that. And what we're going to do today is look at instances when you really do need to really stride out, really get that arm going, and what you can do to help yourself in those instances. Before we start, I'm going to show you this little 5-minute drill. Not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes. So we need 2 mats for that. And all I want you to do is practice. Imagine you've got a ball in your hand. You can have a ball in your hand if you wish. And just practice sending that ball. So envisage a point you want to send it. Okay. And once you've got your delivery how you want it, get the other mat, put it under your foot so your toe is at the end of the mat. And just spend a couple of minutes preparing as though you're going to send, and try and get your toe on that front of the mat every time in the same place. Okay, so lengthwise, that's great, but I also want you to concentrate on where your foot is on the mat. I want you to have your foot central. If you're hitting it there or there, that means your foot is coming out at a different angle. You might be stepping across yourself one go, not doing it the other. What you need to get is a consistent delivery where every time you've got that stride. So when you need to adapt it, you can. You're not having to really think about it too much. So on a heavy green, you can just stride out another, half foot. Quick green, you might only want to go to there. So you can adapt it comfortably. A couple of minutes, even use it as a warm-up before you play. Fantastic. I'm going to look at people who have a static delivery now. I feel for you at times because you're relying on the swing of your arm. So static delivery again is you already stride out and you get down and you swing your arm and send. You're relying on your arm. You need to swing that arm fast, really get it back and swing through on fast greens, on heavy greens. Another thing you can do though, if you're really struggling to reach, if it's a little bit damp or uncut, get your stride, and instead of getting down here to send, just send it mid-ankle. And just send as normal with the power. And that will skip for a few yards, and you will get it running out a lot better. When the ball's in the air, it's not experiencing any resistance from the green, so it's going to go. Now, I do know the greenkeepers don't really like us we're not cobbing, lifting balls, sending them from the knee or the calf, because they can leave divots if it's very wet, but sometimes needs must. Now, if you're a social bowler, you might not have to worry about it, but it's just another thing that if you're playing a league or playing a competition and the green's not been cut or it's got wet, you can just lift that ball a little bit with your static delivery, so you're not getting right down and you're sending them from there. If you've got an athletic delivery, you can do the same. Don't get down as far and send them. Gary Ellis is a perfect example of this when he's playing in the wet. And there's two things Gary does that all players should try and copy. And you're going to say, oh, you mean his little step back? Yeah, his little step back. Because what that little step back does, especially in heavy conditions, is it puts all his weight back, all his body weight behind the bowl. So that when he eventually goes forward, he can absolutely launch them because all of his weight's behind it. So that's your second tip. If you struggle to reach on heavy greens, just put your weight back, just take half a step back, get yourself ready, and then you can stride forward. And the ball will come out that little bit faster. You can even try and adapt it so you've already got your ball back, because it doesn't matter how you get your ball back there. Now that feels awkward to me, but it might not to you. Try it. These are only for extreme conditions, remember, so you may need it, you may never use it, but try it and find your way. I'm only giving you some tips. So Gary, the other thing he does when he sends the ball, so he started back here, he goes through and he doesn't get down. He leaves his chest quite open and he sends it from his knee. And he always does it. He doesn't get further down, he sends it from his knee. So he's like that. And again, 5-6 yards, that ball's bouncing. And while it's in the air, it's not losing any energy. So that when it does eventually start rolling, it's got more energy there than it would have done if he'd have sent it along the ground. And he can reach to the moon and back. The other way you can do it is you can get down in your normal delivery and then release the ball later on, so it's on an upward trajectory. That's called lifting a ball. And if you have a puddle in front of you or a couple of puddles, you can do that. Just lift it over the puddles and it'll have that momentum to go through the water on the green. Now all these things take practice, and I spent many hours as a kid on waterlogged park greens trying all these things out, including cobbing, which a lot of you will never have done. It's actually quite dangerous really when you think about it. And that's sort of where you don't even try and get down. You're sending the ball at hip height maybe, and you're sending it 6 foot in the air, landing it maybe 10 yards down the green. Now that's when it's extreme conditions, extremely wet, and you can't reach any other way. Very rare you'll ever come across that, because league games will be called off, competitions will be called off.
Buckley 12, Illingworth 18, remember 21 up for £1,000.
Oh, he's cobbed it out. That's the thing that they do when conditions get very bad on the professional circuit. He started to cob his balls and he's left it 15 yards short. That's how bad things are on this green. Illingworth will have a job to get it much farther. That's stopped 8 yard. Watch Buckley cob the ball out. There it goes. And he's got some pace on this. He'll win it. Win it now. Good ball. Oh, what a great one.
they really are pitching the wood so it lands
And Illingworth's
about
cobbed
5
this
yards
one.
ahead of them.
Cobbed it, got the pace of it. Only one.
It's just died on him.
Right short.
Yes, they're pitching the ball so that it's landing and hitting the green for the first time about 5 yards ahead of them. They cannot just bowl, can they, Harry? They've got to pitch it.
This is known as cobbing. It's a northern colloquial term applied to when conditions were ridiculous, such as waterlogged as they are here now, and they pitch the ball forward. I don't think it does the green any good, but it's the only answer under such ridiculous conditions. Watch him now, he flirted this one out, up in the air. You see that? Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen this for a long, long time. But it's the only way these lads can get pace on these balls. He's got him a bit nearer anyway. And Illingworth's the same, walloped it down and it's won it. It might even go out, as ridiculous as it sounds. Could well have won that ball. Buckley now winds himself up and wallop. Oh, he might be short. They know he's short. All the crowd immediately sensed that that ball hadn't been got away.
It slipped out of his hand and he actually bowled it very well.
Illingworth's.
And this
won't do the trip. Might win it. Yes, no doubt.
But you might just need to learn how to lift or send them from the ankle or whatever, just to help you reach on these really, really extreme conditions. So guys, 3 things there. There's the little drill with the mats. That couple of minutes a day, your delivery will be spot on. Second thing, wet weather, don't get right down. Send them from the ankle or the knee and let them skip along. Third thing, start with your non-lead leg, just back in your stance, all your weight back, and then it's all about weight momentum. Transferring the weight forward, the ball will go further. Hopefully that's of help to you. You need to go away and practice these things, hopefully when it's wet, or just log them away in the locker. The drill it's really, really good for you. You will get your delivery spot on in a very, very short amount of time, and you'll find it makes a big difference to your game. That, take away and have a go. It will work, promise you. The other things, just log away, practice when you can, when it's wet, and hopefully you'll see an improvement to those points as well. So, thank you again for watching me. If you've any comments for the video, please leave them below. If there's anything you want me to try and cover, again, leave a comment and hopefully I will do a video on it. Guys, it's a pleasure doing these things for you. I hope they have helped. Let me know if they are, and I will do my very best to keep doing these. As long as the weather's nice, I'll be able to get out and do them. So get yourself on the greens, stay safe, and I'll see you on the other side.